Hello everybody, welcome to Game Factory. Today in this video I'm going to be showing you guys latest updates of my upcoming game. Okay, this is the project that I'm doing right now, and this is going to be a game that is related to thriller mystery kind of taste. So let's get started with the, what type of game is this? Let me explain you that. So this is kind of interesting. Okay, there's going to be one village where people are disappearing, and this news gets like around the world, and you being a person who likes to discover this kind of place, you come at this place and then you find out that village is totally empty. So your job now is to find out why this village is empty. You come there, you see like old type of houses that you never used to see, traditional house, and this place is going to be located in Nepal, so kind of like the flavor of that culture. You'd find different paths, you'd craft things, you have an inventory, and while building out things you also do the research on why these sort of things are happening in that village. So basically you would also find a path that goes underground through a well or maybe other paths. Okay, and craft an item, solve the puzzles, and progress, figure out why these things are happening, and survive. This is going to be the basic foundation of this game. Okay, so there would be horror elements involved. This is the surface level information of this game. I will give you a full detailed story about this game later, maybe in other videos. And right now what I'm doing with this game is I'm currently creating the basic structures, basic layouts, and whatever is essential for this game, like the inventory system. Okay, so I'm creating them from scratch. The audio system that I created for my previous game, God of War, fan-made game. If you have not seen that video, not played that game, then please go in my channel and see the game finally released, and you guys can play it in Windows or Mac. Likewise, there are other systems like crafting systems. Okay, so basic movements and all the things are done. Animations, I created them by my own in Blender. I use Blender 3D softwares. And the level designing, the trees, I use the trees that comes free in Unity3D. I use free assets like this rock. And for the house, I'm planning to create the house. And there are other, levels that I have given my brother to model out and create a modular asset for me. And that is in the progress also. So right now you can see the inventory system is full-fledged. If you press 1, you're going to get that item which is on that slot. If you use like 3 right now, you may see there is a potion, health potion, which you can drink. You have an armor slots where you can put your armor and the character would wear them. Right now, when we put that armor over there, it's not creating any effect on the player. There's no sort of health and defense systems that I've scripted. So that are coming in my next update. So basically you would see resource collection system where if you go in front of a mineable resource like tree or rock, you'd be able to break them down into collectible resources. And day and night system, of course. Also, there's an interesting part where I tried to create mountains like Far Cry 4. If you've played that game or maybe seen somewhere the clips, the mountains over there are really beautiful, and I tried to copy them or maybe create something like that in this game. So I tried different sort of methods. I get into Photoshop and I downloaded some pictures of the mountains and converted them into PNG and then tried to create a skybox out of it that didn't give me that sort of realistic kind of thing like the Far Cry 4 does. I tried to go into Blender and modeled out the mountains and try to create a skybox. That also didn't work, mainly with the night sky. Of course, it could have dropped down the exposure of that skybox. But the feel of 3D didn't quite came with that method. So what I did was I dropped the poly count of those mountains and just imported them into Unity3D, which is now looking really good. And what I'm trying to do here is also try to create volumetric clouds, which I've never done before. So I will be looking towards some tutorials of free assets that I can get. Basically, the game is under construction. I'll be posting new updates quite often, maybe weekly basis or daily basis, monthly basis, or maybe whenever I get something new to show you guys. I think for now, this is going to be the video. I want to keep it short. And okay, so one tips for any game developer out there is what I've learned from my last project is try to create systems that are decoupled. I mean, not dependent upon each other. For example, I'm creating this inventory system, and the way I'm creating this is fully decoupled from any other scripts in the scene, in the game, okay? So in next time, if I create a new project, what I can just do is export this inventory system as an asset. I can directly import it into my new asset and use it without any, bugs or errors or without any modifications. So that is one thing. Keep your code decoupled. Try to keep your code decoupled as possible. Reduce dependencies. And when creating certain systems, create them in a way that can be reusable. That would be a tip for you guys. And thank you for watching. I'll come up with a next update pretty soon. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like button, share button, whatever you can do to help me reach many people and help this project grow. Thank you very much. See you next time.